see, good hydration and good coffee. Hello. Sorry I was a little late on my last video. I had a friend visiting from Tennessee. See, that looks kind of dumb. And we had limited time. Okay, everything's good. This is like the test phase. I'm just going into it. So yeah, I like to get 2 videos up a week at least. And I might even step up my game a little bit, you know, for as long as I'm feeling well. And some weeks I don't know that I could do that, but I mean, I know you don't, you're fine with it, but I do enjoy checking in. Okay, so I wanted to cover a few things that I had missed in the last video, but for time or otherwise, my sieve brain may have forgotten. There were a lot more blood work tests than I anticipated. They did take quite a number of vials the last time, but it was for my vitamin levels. And I said what had come back at that point looked fine, you know, or at least manageable, even if it was on the low side. My ferritins came in, and that's really where it's about iron, but it's more about iron storage. So maybe I'm getting plenty of iron and it's just not staying. I'm not exactly sure how ferritins work, but I did just get the results of those. And let's see, the normal range is between 16 and 288, and mine is 8. So I guess I have to work on that, and I'll have to ask about it, but I did get some iron supplements, and it causes constipation, and that's the last thing I need. So I actually got, it was recommended to me to get one that was called Gentle Iron. So I did get that. And let's see, vitamin A was just a little bit low. My vitamin B was normal. My calcium was normal. So I am taking calcium now. Oh, I have to show you that pill. Oh my gosh. And my vitamin D is at the low side. I mean, it's 30 to 100 is normal. Mine is 30. So I did start taking vitamin D. That was suggested. So yeah, I just added a whole bunch of bottles to my pill drawer. And yeah, well, getting older. I hate adding more medication, and I hate having more health issues, of course, but do what we got to do, right? Okay, it's time for you to see my meds. This is a really nice little cabinet made by the Amish. They have a lot of furniture stores here. Okay, I'm trying my little gimbal here, and this is why I don't know how to do these settings, but here we are. I've got all my nausea medications down here, and my Miralax and my stool softeners and my diabetes medications, and some of them are all new. And I have my testing supplies and a couple of extra meds. And oh yeah, there's my new Gentle Iron, in case you're interested in that. And yeah, I guess you don't really need to see everything, but there's stuff for GERD, and there's some, let's see, some eardrops. Hey, thanks for being patient with me. This is my test, and I'm gonna just try this. And so here's the metformin. If you take that for diabetes, you'll know it's kind of a largish pill. But here's my new calcium pill. This sucker hits every wall going down. Every single wall. It's really awful. I don't know if I can take it. It's just because I gag just thinking about it. If you ever had problems taking pills, I don't usually, but that one really is rough. So I'm looking at my notes here. there was also a suggestion from my doctor. I'm still waiting for the rheumatologist office to call. They'll probably do that this coming week. And in the meantime, my primary care physician had asked if I would like to get on. Let's see, what is that called? Meloxicam. Yeah, he asked me, do I want to try some meloxicam? And I've never heard of that. So I did some research before getting back to him. And he had already asked me, could I take NSAIDs? And I checked with my bariatric doctor because when I first had my gastric sleeve, I was not supposed to take NSAIDs at all. And eventually he says, you can take some. So I went to verify that, and they said I could take it short term, but not long term. And it was concerning because this new drug is actually an NSAID. It's stronger than something like ibuprofen because it's a prescription strength, but the side effects are also stronger. So that means possibly upset stomach, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting. And like, I already have that, thanks. I don't need to add to it. But I think I'm going to hold off on that offer until I see the rheumatology. But everything points to being okay. I mean, the DEXA scan came back. It was mild osteopenia, if that's what it was called. And the calcium came back okay. And I'll make sure that stays okay. But I'm just kind of like wondering what kind of tests we can actually do in my hands that we haven't done. So we will see. In any case, I'll hold off on that and I'll just take ibuprofen when I need it. My biggest problem is sleeping. And there are certain drugs that I can take that I just get very groggy. Even those anti-nausea medications, that they work and they make me sleep, which is great. But I feel like crap in the morning. I feel like I have a hangover. So you have to watch those things too. If you take that drug, let me know how that works for you. And if you have arthritis anywhere in your body, do you ever see a connection between how you're feeling and gluten? I don't have gluten sensitivities. I mean, not with my tummy at least. But sometimes if I have gluten, like maybe midday or after, I will not feel as good in my joints and my hands at night. So I am noticing that, and if I can do some preventative work with that, that's great. But I've never read about a connection between the two. I'm just wondering if I should do some research on it. Could be nothing, but it could be something. I just keep noticing, and I'm very mindful of, if you don't feel good, what did you just eat? Because I'm holistic in a lot of ways, probably not in every way that I want to be, because I'm like still a bagel girl. And it's just not going to change. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to touch base with that. I also wanted to ask you about how your Christmas shopping is doing, if you celebrate Christmas or your Hanukkah. I decided to do everything online, and I've only got like maybe one Christmas gift to go, and I've got a lot of wrapping already done, but I couldn't go into those stores this year. Just too overwhelming. And when I'm not feeling good, that's definitely not a place that I want to fight crowds. So I was lucky to get that done. I ordered a lot of things online, and I'm still waiting for a lot of things, but at least, they're coming. Let's hope. And I know that, money's tight for me, and it's tight for everyone. But I do remember one of my favorite Christmases was one where, not that I liked it because I was broke, but my other husband and I had some financial issues at the time. It was actually when I was on a payment plan for my first cancer. Yeah, the bills just kept coming in. So, we had to just squeak by, and it was really hard. So what I had asked is everybody on my Christmas list, could we make homemade gifts? I mean, they probably knew why I was asking, but I got to tell you, it was really fun. I mean, it was creative. It Yeah, it didn't cost a lot of money, but it was probably the most fun that I've had in the way of gift giving. Everything else is kind of like just so institutionalized, just so generic, just, well, what do you want for Christmas? Okay. And then you fulfill that rather than really giving it thought, whether I crocheted a scarf. My biggest problem was for my niece, Chelsea. I just didn't know what to get her. I really didn't. She was a tomboy. I couldn't figure out her interests. She was very quiet. I'm like, what am I going to get Chelsea? And I'd remembered when she was born, when I was really into astrology, I had made her chart. I got a chart printed up. I had the software and I did an interpretation. And I thought, one day I'm going to give this to her. Well, wow, homemade, right? You don't get more homemade than that. So I had kept it with my important papers, like my birth certificate and things like that, and just knowing that one day she would have it. And I thought, oh, she's not going to really like this because this is not her thing. She's much more, I don't know, sciencey and math rather than, intuitive right brain as far as I could tell. So I gave it to her. And the funny thing was she wasn't as interested in the interpretation, but she was absolutely fascinated by the picture of the sky and where everything was the moment she was born at the place she was born. And so, yeah, that was the most thrilling gift I gave that year, but it was a really good Christmas. And, if you it may be too late at this point, but if you ever had to have a year like that, don't be afraid to ask if we can make our gifts this year, because that really brought all the memories. And I wish it was more normalized to do that. I think it made that holiday much more meaningful to me. Okay, so with that, I just want to wish you the best holiday season in the preparations. I've barely de-Halloweened the house. So, the Christmas box is downstairs. I need to at least pull out a few things. The truth is, since the cats, having a large tray of any kind is, there you go. Your fault. It's just not realistic. I don't even know if Gloria would climb a tray or not. So we do have a tabletop kind of model. And of course the ornaments have to be plastic and generic because glass is not safe. And so my prized ornaments are actually staying in the box. And, that makes me sad. I guess I just could hang a wire somewhere to put the ornaments that I really love up. But I'm so darn tired most of the time, and during the season, Chris works his butt off. So, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'll get that little tree out and we'll just have like a corner that is Christmas. I mean, in years gone by, definitely have decked the halls. But, I don't know if that really changes as you get older or just circumstances change. That's all. Got to go with flow. And with that, I need to remind you that I have not gotten a lot of mail lately. And that's why we have not opened any. Maybe it's because you don't want me to open your card online. Just tell me, that's fine. But I would love to get more mail. So my PO box is linked down below. Well, not linked, but it's published down below. It's also in the About Me, About This Channel section. And I will just put it right here. So yeah, I would love to get your mail. I love Christmas cards. And so yeah, do that for me. Make my holiday. And as long as you're doing that, make my holiday, like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. That would be the best Christmas gift you could give me, is to help me grow this channel. Like I said before, it's not the biggest priority, but it does help. And it does help monetize my channel as well. You would think that I post every week, but I do not make a lot of money with this channel. In fact, so far, I've made $178. Yeah, so don't think anything like I'm making a whole bunch of money here. it takes a very long time to do that. It takes more traffic and advertisements, and I don't like to make you stop for too many ads during my videos, but maybe in a 20-minute video, maybe two, maybe a little bit, maybe three if it's a 30-minute video. And understand this, there are some people with videos that you can go 2 minutes in, there's an ad. So if you don't have an ad blocker, just understand this, that a lot of people don't know this, but YouTube is not why you're seeing ads. It's in the control of the creator. The content creator decides how many ads you're going to see and how far apart they are, and even if there's no ads. But that's how we make money. But I'm not going to overload you. So I think that's about it. I would have loved to have done Vlogmas 2024, which is where you put a video up from December 1st to the 25th every single day. Even if it's 3 minutes, I don't have the energy for that. So I apologize, but I love watching people's videos when they do that. Some of them do struggle with that, but I'd rather have a little bit more quality. And speaking of, so I do have some good videos actually planned for 2025. Not that this channel is turning a corner, but I am starting to plan ahead a little bit more, especially when I don't feel good. I'd like to bank some videos and just drop them at certain times. So anyway, let me know how your Christmas is going so far, your season, your holiday season. I know anybody that's Jewish out there is not offended, but happy holidays. And I will talk to you very soon. Okay, love you all. Be good, be blessed. You are blessed. Bye.